Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Today the Hungry Gamer is back with my first ever playthrough video. And this might become something I do on occasion, but for now I wanted to take this moment to demonstrate how the solo mode in Omicron protocol works, and also highlight something that is a potential stretch goal down the road, which is a story mode that chains together several different scenarios into a cohesive story with some choose your own adventure elements maybe. And again, this whole thing is just a early prototype, something in testing that I've been working with Bernie and Brendan on just a little bit, and it may or may not come to pass, but this is the type of thing that we want to see if it works and see if people are interested in it, and at the same time do a playthrough of solo mode. So what we have here is I'm doing a quest here that we've put together, which would be the first quest, which is what the hell is happening in San Lazaro. No one on the inside has a clue what's going on outside. No one outside knows what is happening inside. A mysterious organization has made contact with you. They want to help, or so they say. And then the first quest of the chain is doing the hands-on research, and that's the one where you knock out Sims and you scan their implants and upload it through this military computer in the middle. And to win, you need to, in 4 rounds, get 5 victory points. And then the flavor behind it is the organization has contacted you. We think we can help. We have some ideas about the Sims, but we need some data to run some simulations. Download this app on your phone, scan some Sims, upload the data, we'll do the rest. We've received a transmission from the outside. They may be able to help if you can upload enough data from the Sims. And so you're just going to play the scenario and try to get to that minimum 5-point threshold. If you fail that, then you've lost and you start over. However, if you manage to get 6 points, you'll get to move on to the next the next scenario with a little bit of a boon. If you get 7 points, you get an additional boon moving on, which might make the next quest easier. What we have here is I am playing the Peacemakers, and I am using Bolt, which was voted on by the community, and Nyx, because I actually haven't seen Nyx use and I wanted to check him out. And I've given both of my forage cards to Nyx, which are the cute teddy bear and the pot lid. Next I'll say I'm sure I'm going to make tons of mistakes as I play through this, and if I do, please let me know in the comments and I'll put them in the Klingon subtitles. Let's jump in and let's see how I do. So I have my 5 action points here, and we're going to just jump right into this. And so here we go with round 1. Okay, so I'm going to play through this pretty much as quickly as I can, and I'm sure I'm going to do things that are suboptimal, but I'm just going to dive in and I'm just going to do it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by activating Bolt here, and I am deliberately going to shoot at some of these Sims here and actually do my best to make some noise and draw them a little bit closer so Nyx here will be able to get up there and pick up one of their pieces. And so I'm just going to start out and I'm going to take a shot at this one way over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 away. I have a range of 10, so I'm fine. And so for that, that means I will get to roll 6 attack dice, and I'm looking for 3s in order to hit a Sim. And here you'll see that I hit with every single one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put this one down, boink, with 5 of my dice, and that will allow me to get rid of one of their abilities. I take that back. One of their abilities is you ignore the first knockout of the round because that is the power that this particular Sim has. So now I've knocked it out, so I'm just going to flip this card over so I don't forget that I've done that. And that is going to earn me a grand total of 4 noise, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. Then I'm going to go ahead and fire again and see if I can't kill it again. And this time, unfortunately for me, I only got 4 hits, so that's not going to to be enough to really do much of anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim 1 luck and just do 3 damage to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a 3rd on her. So I'm now up to 8 noise. This time I've done much better with only 1 miss, and I've already done 3 damage, so I actually only need to do 1 more damage to take it out, and so that means I will use 1 die to put this one down. Drops this here, and I'm going to get rid of this Shake It Off ability. I'm going to claim 2 more luck, and then I'm going to do a sidestep of 1 to just get myself a little further away, because now I have a grand total of 12 noise. And I will mark off my first sim kill right there. And so that's going to activate all of these guys right here, and they're going to be moving towards her. So we have 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, 1, 2. And then we have 1, 2, 3 because that guy has extra movement. And then we have 1, 2. And that will be the end of Bolt's activation. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate Nyx. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a walk action and just move myself 1, 2, 3, 4 right here next to my kickboxing lady, and I'm just going to go ahead and do an attack with another action here. And again, I'm looking for 3s or better. And as you'll see, I did not great, but not terrible. And I have 4 hits here, which is enough to take this one down. And I'm going to remove the extra damage from her abilities. And then the key here to what I'm doing is since I used a 6 to do my damage on that attack, and I did use one of those, I'm going to use that to sidestep Nyx 1 right here, which will allow me with my last attack to attack this other punk right there. And so that is what I'm going to do. And because I stepped onto the location where the knocked out sim was, I picked up my first objective token. And so I will attack again, and I've earned another 6 successes, and I only need 4 to take out this sim here, which will allow me to get rid of the damage reduction bonus that it gives. And then I will use my one of my other dice to gain 1 more luck token. And for my 2 attacks, Nyx has generated 4 noise. And I apologize, I've already cheated. I was supposed to spawn a sim from this spot at the end of last round because it is solo mode, and this gave me another kickboxer, and she will be able to move after attacks, and so she would have moved from here over to there at the end of the round. So I will just go ahead and leave them there, and then at the end of my round all the sims that are within 4 would activate, so this one will come back and will actually attack Nyx with 2 dice. And so Nyx is hit for 1 damage. And then this other one here would step forward 2. Now we move into sim spawning. And so first thing we do is I spawn 1 sim per die. I'll start here, and the closest spawn point is there. I'll remove my die, flip the next one, and I have yet another kickboxer, and this time they now have a move of 3. And so I will just put her right there, and she will attack poor Nyx. And with a 1 and a 3, he is safe. And I'm going to do 2 for good old Bolt over here. And we have a punk, which is +1 damage. And then we have another kickboxer, our last one, who will get to attack twice now. So first, 3, she'll move 3 because she has extra movement, and then my punk will move 1, 2. That way, because they must finish closer to Bolt. Then we have our end of round spawning. And now I may be doing this wrong, but when I look at the card here, it says round spawn 4, which makes me think only 4 of them spawn. And I don't quite know how the spawning is supposed to work, because usually you would spawn one at each spawn point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll 2 dice, and I'm not going to spawn them from those 2 points. And maybe that's wrong, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to spawn from number 6 or number 2. And so I will start here at number 1, and I have another punk here, and 1, 2. And then I don't do number 2, I'll do number 3 next. And we have a laptop guy who is our first one, and he does extra damage. And 1, 2. I will go to number 4, which is another pump girl, and they now have quick healing. Up here, 1, 2. And then we have number 5, which would be a kickboxer, but I don't have any more, so I go to the next one. And we get Beanie Guy, who now has a ranged attack, and that comes here from number 5. 1, 2. So at the end of round 1, I have collected 3 sim kills. I have no points so far, though I have picked up a single sim data crystal that I can upload into the computer if I can manage to get there. And I'm already feeling this is not looking good. So the first thing that's going to happen at the beginning of the round is Nyx's camo goes into gear, which actually allows him to heal up a little bit. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do here on round 2 is I'm going to start with Bolt again and just try to thin out the crowd a little bit and draw the Sims this way. And the hope is that I'll be able to pull enough away that then Nyx can get in there and do what he needs to do. And at the end of the round, these things decayed and disappeared, so they don't just sit there forever. Alright, so first here we have Bolt, and we're going to have her go to work first here on this punk, because she actually now takes 4 damage to take down, instead of just the normal 3. And so, as you can see, it did very well. I have 1 failure here, but I do have 5 hits, and that is exactly the number that I need to take this one out. And I'm going to remove this fast healing ability they have, and Bolt here has generated 4 noise. Then I'm going to go ahead and fire again, this time at one of these 2 here to try to free up Nyx a little bit, and not nearly as good this time, only with 4, but that will be just enough to take 1 of them out. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the extra attack on the Sims, and that is 5, so I now have earned my first point. And then I'm going to go ahead and fire a 3rd time and see if I can't take out this one right here to again continue to clear up the mess that I have in front of me. And again, I have those 2 missed, but 4 will be enough to clear out another one, and I'll get rid of the extra movement on that Sim. And that's going to be the end of Bolt's activation. So first thing I have to do is activate everything within 12, which is probably everything. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll get that one. And so I'll start with this guy here, Kickboxer. She'll move 1 to here and will attack Nyx. And so she will attack with 2. And normally that would hit him, but because he hasn't acted yet and he has his camo suit on, those will both miss. We'll go 1, 2. He'll attack as well. And again, those will still both also miss because he's at a dex of 6 right now. And Punk Girl will go 1, 2. And so he will get hit once. And then I will spawn 1 more Sim here at the end of the round. And it is another Beanie here, and boink. And so he will get +1 attack. So I actually kind of made a bit of a mistake here. My plan was to have the things kind of clear away so Nyx could kill 1, then go drop off his thing here. But I messed that up and it didn't work out like I had hoped. So what I'm still going to do is I'm still going to try to kill 1 of these and then go drop it off and just kind of see where that puts me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Nyx here stab this Sim, Punk Girl, because she has extra attacks of opportunity and does extra damage, and see if we can't put some of those down. So I needed 4 dice, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 4 here to kill. Get rid of that one. And I would be putting one of these there, but I already have one, so I'm not going to actually pick it up, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. But because I used a 6, that's going to allow me to do a sidestep of 1 because of my lightning reflexes. And that is what is going to get me out of trouble. And so that was 2 noise for that. Then I'm going to walk 1, 2, 3, and use my next action point here to upload that right there, which will give me a total of 4 noise. Then I need to go ahead and spawn another sim, and it is Beanie Guy who will spawn here. 1, 2, and then everybody else within 4 will get to move, and he will get to attack on Nyx. There you go. So that is 1 hit, and I'm going to go ahead and use my pot lid to reduce the damage by 1 because the Beanie Guys do 1 extra damage. So that means I only take 1. And another Beanie Guy comes in, and he gets to make his attack, and you'll see we have no hits there. Kickboxer gets to come on in, and she manages to do a single damage there, and then she sidesteps away because of one of her abilities, and then 1, 2 would let Punk Girl come in, but she can't quite get there, and then finally other Beanie Guy will step up and also take a swat at Nyx, and another miss for them. Then we do our round spawn. I'm going to do the same thing where I don't spawn at 2 of them. Oh, I rerolled 3 twice, so at 1, and it was a 3. I am not going to spawn, so nothing there. At number 2, we have another Beanie Guy. And I actually don't have any more Beanie Guys, so I'll put that there and redraw. We have a Laptop Guy, and he'll go ahead and he'll move. At number 2, we have another Laptop Guy. At 3, nothing happens. At 4, we don't have any more Beanie Guys. We have yet another Laptop. At 5, so here we have a Punk, and now they all get extra attack dice again on opportunity attacks. And the Kickboxer, who gains 3 movement. And so moving into round 3, you'll see I have 2 points scored with 2 sim kills, and right now it's not looking like I'm going to complete this at all. Oh, and I almost forgot to do my other sim spawns here, which is for Bolt here. We have another Pump Girl, which is the last one, and then we have the last Kickboxer as well for there. And now I actually every single sim out on the board, which is not looking good for me. First thing that's going to happen this round is Nyx will heal 2, and here we go. So I think what I'm really going to try to do here, so now that Nyx is being totally swarmed, what I need to figure out is a way to kill one, pick up what it drops, get back over here and upload it without actually using my move action. And I think it's possible if I can roll really well. So this time I'm going to start by activating Nyx first. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, no, I would do that, except these guys ignore the first KO each round. So I'm actually going to have to start and use my 1 action with Bolt to try to get rid of that 1 KO right away. So I'm going to start with Bolt, roll my 6 dice, and it did not go well at all. I only had 2, so I'm going to use 2 luck to turn both of these into 3s, which means my 4 hits will be enough to take out the sim, which doesn't actually kill it, but it does remove that ability. Now I'm going to go ahead Oh, then that gives me 4 here, and I'm going to go ahead and use her free walk to kind of just move away from these guys a little bit. And so now I'm going to start out, and I'm going to have Nyx try to take down that guy right there next to him. And you'll see that is a complete disaster for me. But I'm going to recover it because I'm going to use 1 luck, which will make that a 3, which is enough to kill this sim here, and I'm going to take away his extra damage ability. I'm going to drop one of these tokens that would have degraded, and because I used a 6, that will allow me to use lightning reflexes to do a sidestep for free, and I just knocked off his arm there. I'll fix that in a second. Then I'm going to use another attack on this other sim next to him and see if I can't put down another one. And if I'm lucky, I'll get another 6 and I'll be able to do another sidestep. And unfortunately for me, I did not do well. So the end result is I only did 1 damage to him, but since I did 2 damage, but what it does do is, because again, I'm using a 6, that will allow me to have a free sidestep of 1. Then I will use another action here and upload my second scenario objective like that. And so now what I'm going to try to do with these last 2 AP is first I'm going to do a charge, move forward 1, so I'm going to lose 2 attack, but really if I can do 2, put him down with, if I'm lucky, I'll roll a 6 and be able to take a sidestep. And there you see I got exactly what I needed because I only need to do 2 damage. So I'm going to use these 2 here, and then use these 2 for 2 more luck. I've taken this one out, which drops another one of those. I will use it for the free sidestep to there. Take my other sim kill, and what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to hit this one, but instead of actually doing damage, I'm going to try to use it to activate my adaptive camouflage in order to up my defense, so maybe I can survive this round. And if I can survive this round, I just might be able to win. And just like that, I got 5 successes. And as tempting as it is to just wail on this guy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 4 of them. I'm going to use 1 to just do 1 damage to a sim, which doesn't do anything, but because I'm going to use my 6, it's going to allow me to, again, do another sidestep. And I'm going to step right next to that, and then use my other 4 to activate my adaptive camouflage. Which means now I have a dex of 6, so I'm in pretty good shape. Now, I'm worried that I've messed up my numbers here, but in any event, everything on the board is now going to make a move at me, and I have to spawn another sim, which will be coming from right here. And of course, everything is going to activate and come at poor Nyx here. And so we're going to see what happens. And this sim here, he's going to spawn at the end of the round. I made a mistake there. So we'll start with this guy here. And so the beanie guy, he only has 2 dice, and he has to get 6s. And you'll see no hits there. Then we'll bring in Kickboxer, and she rolls, and also she does not get any hits, but she is able to sidestep out. Punk will step in, and again, no hits. And then the end of the round, when that one spawns, it will do that. So this has actually turned out fairly well for me, because even though Nyx is in a bad spot, because he has this adaptive camouflage, he's actually relatively protected right now. And so I'm finishing up round 3, moving to my last round, and I have 3 points with 1 sim kill away from 4, and I also already have a data thing to upload. So if I can manage to kill a sim, upload one, kill another one, and upload another one, I should possibly be able to run out of here and be okay. And then I have to summon, at the end of the round, I have to summon another sim. The only choice is a beanie guy, and so he will be summoned. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll summon him here, and he will move forward. And that is literally all there are to summon. And here we are moving into round 4. First thing that happens is Nyx will get to heal 2 with his active defense ability. And so I'm going to start with Bolt here as I have each round, and I'm going to use her to attack Beanie Guy here to try to get rid of this Tough Guy ability, which lets them ignore the first knockout of each round. And we'll see a perfect attack there. So I'll flip that over, and then I'll use the other 2 for a sidestep 1, and I'll show you why I'm doing that in just 1 second. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use those other 2 and gain myself 2 luck, and I'm going to walk right up here. Now, in many ways, that seems like a dumb idea, and I'm going to take some hits, but it's going to make sense. And so I'm going to move up here, and then I'm going to activate my extraordinary tactic, firing line, and then both Nyx and Bolt are going to get to make an attack, which is going to give her more noise, and more things might hit her, but we're also going to clear some more things out. So I'm going to have Bolt here attack this sim right here. Now usually Bolt isn't able to attack after she's moved. I'm just assuming that extraordinary tactic ignores that because it's extraordinary. If that's wrong, well, then I'm cheating, and oh well, that's the way it goes. But I'm going to attack one of these beanie guys here because they have ranged attacks, which are really kind of nasty. And so I have 2 misses, 3 misses. I'm going to use one of my luck to make one of them a 3, which will be enough to take out a beanie guy, which is enough to give me another sim KO point and allows me to get rid of the beanie guy's extra attack range. Nyx then gets to use an attack with his throwing knives, and I'm going to use that also on the beanie guy right next to him. No, I'm not. I'm going to use it on laptop guy right down there because if he's using a range attack, which he can only do during the extraordinary tactic, as he's throwing knives all over the place, he actually gets 1 extra because he is a peacemaker. And here we have, I'm looking, the magic number is 4 for a KO, and I did get my 4, and so I can get rid of that guy down there, drop that, get another sim kill point, and I'm not going to use his free sidestep ability. I'm just clearing things out just a little bit. And that is the end of Bolt's turn, so I have to summon the sim at the end, and I get another laptop guy who is going to spawn right here, step up. Oh, that's a wall. Now I don't remember. I think I can shoot over the wall, but I don't think even the sims can step through the wall. So I think it actually puts me in a good spot because I think I'm protected. And again, if I'm doing that wrong, then, well, I'm cheating, but my whole plan kind of has to do with that there. End of her turn, everything with an 8 will activate. So again, this guy's kind of stuck here. So I guess he will go that way. Now these are able to get to her because they have a movement of 3. And that's good for 2 hits on poor Bolt. And because her range was so great, it's actually going to pull a lot of things away. It's actually going to pull everything away. That one's going to move and it will attack poor Nyx right there. But because he has a dex of 6 right now, he's fine. Punk is also going to attack. And again, dex of 6, he's fine. Laptop guy is going to come over. Again, more misses. And that is the end of Bolt's turn. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is, and again, I probably made a mistake. I spawned early, but I think it's going to be okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use 1 AP. to deliver that right there, which puts me up to the needed 5 right now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the punk girl here to see if I can put her down and sidestep onto her location to pick up the thing and then drop it in there again. So that's going to be 6 dice, and it's not a very good roll. Nyx is getting a little bit nervous here, and all I need to do is I need to get 4 successes, and I actually have 5 successes here. And again, I'm going to use one with a 6 because it's going to allow me to put the sim down, drop that there. Because I used that, I get to do a quick sidestep onto that here with another sim kill. Then I'm going to do another action to drop that right in there for another objective point. And of course, 2 more noise. And I wound up making a mistake here. I should have used 1 more with bolt to shoot 1 more because I just don't quite have enough to make my plan perfect here. But so what I'm going to pretty much try to do right now is I'm just going to do my attacks and see if I can't get my active camo again. So I'm going to attack this sim here right in front of me, and I did really, really poorly with only 2 successes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 luck to make both of these 2 successes. That'll give me 4, which will give me my active camo. And then with my last move here, I'm going to just use 1 action point to draw myself a forage card, which is the Blue Cow Energy. And I will use that right now. And so that's going to allow me to have a walk of 5. I'm just going to walk away from this mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will get me out of range of a lot of the things coming after me. I will take an attack of opportunity from that one there, but now I'm up to a dex of 6, and I will take 1 hit on my way out. And I should have used my cute teddy bear, but I didn't do it, so that's the breaks. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Now I have to move everything within 10, which is everything this side over. And so now they're coming the other way. And then I will spawn Mr. Beanie right here, end of the turn, and he'll be able to apply burning to me, and he does +1 damage if he hits me. And here we have 2 more misses because of my active defense. And so really what I'm looking to do here is survive these last spawns. If I can survive the spawns, and if I didn't cheat by having the wall impassable, I will get a successful mission with 1 boon for the next one. Now, I'm actually in pretty good shape because there's only 1 sim to spawn, and it's going to spawn over here, and come attack Nyx. And they also get to ignore the first stun per... Oh, I was supposed to get rid of one of their abilities before. I didn't, so I'll just leave it as is. But she will attack, and again, no hits. This is where we would normally have spawning more sims. I don't have any more sims, so because of that, I have completed the round. And again, I may be making a mistake here, but I don't think I am, with a grand total of 6 points. So that is a success, and I will start the next quest with a boon. Alright, so with the successful completion of the round, I'm going to get to move on to the second scenario, and I'll put that up in a separate video. But so what's happened is, because I managed to finish with extra points than I needed, I finished with 6 instead of 5, I'm going to get a boon in the next round. And the idea is, the next round is the airdrop. And the idea is that because I gave them just enough data, they're able to scan a little better throughout the city for Sims, and they're able to drop the supplies in a location where you'll be able to get there before the Sims have, so you have a little bit more movement. And so the bonus is that each character can take a free move action before the first round starts, but after deployment. So you're going to get to move a little further. If you run, you still get the noise, but you kind of have that choice. Had I managed to get 7 points, then I would get that free action point, one extra action point that I could spend whenever I want, but then it's gone forever. And so really that's a pretty good success. I managed to get a lot of data uploaded. I put down a bunch of sims, and all in all, I'm pretty happy with myself. I'm very happy with the choice of Nyx, because Nyx was just awesome in this particular game. So thank you guys for watching the first part of the scenario. I'm going to jump in and play number 2, and they'll be set up as 2 videos, and you'll be able to watch them back to back if you want. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.